Welcome everyone. In this video, let's look into how we can create this false ceiling here with the circular cutout at the center with curved edges and a profile lighting around that point with a track and spotlight. Okay. So for that, in your project, first click on the ceiling where you like to create the false ceiling. Once you click the true ceiling, it will show you ceiling editor. Click it and this will open up your ceiling editor window. So this is my bedroom region here. So in this, first I need to create, this is the true ceiling. So first I need to create a false ceiling for it. So here just select the surface and let me extrude this entire surface by 100 mm, since the 100 mm is the thickness of the false ceiling which I'm going for. Okay, but according to your design you can precisely type in the extrusion. So let me just go for 100 mm here, press enter. Can you see 100 mm false ceiling is precisely created? You can look at the preview here in the preview window. Okay. So once that is done, now what we could do was, first you could just use your reference line to precisely decide where that circular part need to be marked. Okay, so for that you have your guides here, shortcut is T. You can use it to precisely create a reference line. So in this case I want, and let me also create the same part from this point, 1900. Yeah, so now I got the center point for it, right? So once that is decided, now I can use the circular tool here, shortcut is C, to first draw or define that circle for the cutout. So just click it from the center point and I can type in my case here, let the circular cutout of a radius of 850 mm, press enter. We demarcated the circular region, and once that is done, what we could do was, we could make the circular part, right now the circular part is also extruded to 100 mm, right? We don't want that, so we can remove this extrusion for the circular part. But before that, we'll try to use this circle to create the offset for your profile lightings here. Okay, so for that I can just click on the circle. I can use the offset tool, shortcut is O. Click it and now I can create the offset outside the circle. Let the offset be created at a distance of 150 mm and let the thickness of this of the profile lighting be about 10 mm. So we created a profile light. Okay, so right now it is still a surface divide. Okay, so if you want to make it like a profile light, just select that surface, and here in your ceiling editor itself you have your public library materials, models and so, right? So in your public library material, let's go to wall decor and in the search type it as luminous. Luminous is nothing but it's an emissive material, the material that will emit light. So if you apply that on that specific surface, it will exactly look like a profile strip that is being added to your false ceiling. So in my case here, let me just go for this, click it and apply this to the ceiling. So now can you see your profile strip is added. So now let's just focus on this part. This needs to be a cutout. Right now instead of 100 mm extrusion, make it as 0. So now can you see here, this is how that extrusion part will look like. Okay, so now this cutout is done. Now we need to focus on how to create this curve here throughout this cutout, right? For that you have a simple process here named molding. Okay, so in your ceiling editor itself, can you see on the left here you have something called molding, right? Click it. Here you will find different types of molding. In this, what we are looking here is the corner molding. So you have corner molding, decorative, base and your outer corner, but here we want an inner corner molding, right? So I can just go for a normal corner molding and this will have different types of corner molding. In this, you can just scroll down and look for a corner molding which has a curvilinear extrusion. So, or what you could do is, you have a search option, right? Here you can type it. So in my case, I'm just typing it as arc. So this will show you a different arc, and now can you see, this is what we are looking for. So now I can just click it and place your cursor on this inner point and click it. That's it. Can you see the curve is automatically added? Okay, and once that curve is added, you can click on that curve here, where I can precisely type in the length and width of this profile. Okay, it will automatically adjust its dimension to the extrusion point there. Since my extrusion is 100 mm, it has automatically adjusted the length and width based on it. But if you want, you can do this. So now can you see here, This is how it is. Okay, so now once it is done, now we can focus on adding your track lightings and your spot lightings here. So for that also, here in your ceiling edited window itself, you have something called lighting, and here you'll see different types of lighting. In that, first let me just go for track light, and here I have different types of track light, right? So this is the track light which I'm looking for. So I can just click it and place it. Don't worry about the size here. Once you place, just click it and you can reduce the size according to your design. You can either manually reduce it like this way, or you can just click on this track light. It will show you its respective length, width and height. So you can control it this way too. Okay. You see right now, can you see this track light is projected, right? If you want to make it much more in sync with the false ceiling, you can even increase the height above the floor. You can just increase it on a micro level. You see here. So this could also be done. In addition to that, I'm planning to go for a downlight. Yeah, so this is the downlight what we are looking for. Just click it and precisely place it in the position. See, right now I'm placing the lighting at an approximate position, but if you want to do it precisely, before placing the lighting, try to use your guidelines. First try to create the guideline and then you can place it that precisely. So once it is done, now your ceiling is good to go. If you want to add your ceiling appliance here, because I could notice that there is a ceiling fan, that could also be done here. So for that, click on this appliance here, and can you see here you have different types of ceiling appliances. So in this, you could just go for a ceiling fan appliance. Yeah, this one. Just click it and place it precisely at the center. So your ceiling fan is placed, and now I could see that there is some kind of a reflective brown tinted mirror is present on the surface. I could even add that too. So for that, I can just go for this wall decor. In the search, type it as mirror. Here you will find different types of mirror. In this, I'm looking for this mirror, right? So I can just click it and apply this for this extruded surface. And if you're okay with the output, you can just click on save and you can exit this window. So now all the things which we edited in your ceiling editor will precisely be updated in your models too. Can you see the curve part here? So this is how you should be able to create this kind of a curved kind of an offset false ceiling for your project. Now let me just show you how this would precisely look in your renders. So now this is how your ceiling would look like in your renders. Okay, if you feel that the brightness of the profile lighting is low, no worries, just click on that profile lighting in your real-time rendering. It will show its respective properties on the right. In this, you have something called luminous energy, which talks about the brightness of that profile lighting, that luminous material which you added. Increase it to maximum. So now this will literally create a glow like a conventional profile light. Or if you want, you can even click it and change the color of it to all those settings could be done. So this is how you can precisely recreate this curved false ceiling from the reference image shared.